Hi everyone, my name is Daena Bortnick and I'm a company dancer with TRD and VBT, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my stage makeup for performances. And I just want to start by saying that I am not a professional makeup artist. I have no formal training except for what I've just practiced over the years from when I was a student to a professional. And makeup is so personal, and it's taken me many years to be able to sit down and come into the theater and know exactly how I want to do my stage makeup. The more time that you have to sit and practice, the better it will be. So I encourage you to experiment and try some makeup, and if you want, you can tag us and we'll reshare some of your makeup videos. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So before I go to the theater, the first thing that I'll do when I'm home, or even at the theater if I need to, is I'll wash my face and moisturize my face, which I've already done. So I like to make sure that I have a really good base. My skin is nice and hydrated and it's got a good layer to start with. So the first thing I usually do is a primer. You can use any kind of primer you want. So that's usually my first step, is to put a primer on. Not necessary, but if you know you're performing a really long, hard ballet that you're going to be sweating in a lot, you probably want to have a secure base. The next step is foundation. My tried and true is True Match. So I usually just put a little bit on the back of my hand. And I'm going to use this makeup brush. This is a Morphe M439. It's just a really big foundation brush. And I'm going to start buffing it into my skin. It's important to remember to blend over your ears. You don't want any harsh lines. I also blend down my neck, which is very important to do because you don't want to have your skin one color and your neck another color. It definitely won't look as nice. Okay, my next step is concealer. I'll go ahead and put this under my eyes. I usually have this little brush right here. It's like a flat top brush. I'll just go ahead and blend this in. So my next step is to set everything. I think it's really important to set something with a powder, and I just swirl a big old fluffy brush in it. And I just go ahead and set my whole face. I'm going to go in and use a smaller brush here and set my under eyes. I get a lot of creasing. Setting is also good because it gives you a good base for all your other powder products like eyeshadow and blush and stuff that you'll put on your face later. I've just set all my makeup down so I have a nice base to start with. Usually my next step is actually my eyebrows. I'm just going to use this little eyebrow duo, and then I just fill in my brows, and I fill them in a little bit darker than I normally would on a day-to-day basis. And basically when I do my eyebrows, I start with a line underneath, kind of making that shape that I want, and then I'll use the brush to fill in the rest. So I start off with that line first. Now that my eyebrows are done, I'm going to begin on my eyes, which probably is the most challenging part of stage makeup. So to start this process, I always have a little handheld mirror. It just makes it so easy for me to see what I'm doing up close. I'm going to try to angle myself so you guys can see it while I do it. I'm just going to begin and go right in with the shadows. I have these two little Maybelline single eyeshadows. One is a dark brown, matte dark brown like this, and the other is a more shimmery kind of bright white color. I like to use these two. I'm going to grab just a regular eyeshadow brush, I'm going to go ahead and put the white all over my lid, from the inner corner all the way to the outer corner. What I'm doing now is I'm slowly building it up so it's just a tiny bit brighter. Okay, my next step is to pull out the brown. Now I'm going to start building up a darker color in the outer corner of my eye. So as I do it, the first thing I do is I kind of put it a little bit on the outer corner of my eye. And I'm slowly just packing on color at this point. I'm not really worried about blending, but you can see I'm putting it right in the outer corner of my eye. I slowly drag what's left on my brush and start to shade out just to the center of my eye. I will then use my blending brush to kind of blend it over a little more. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same with the other side. Okay, now that I have the eyeshadow base on, I'm going to take a smaller blending brush first, just a little one, so I have a little bit more control. And I'm just going to blend out that brown color, and I'm just kind of slowly feathering it up to my brow bone area. Being careful not to go any higher than my brow bone, because you want to make sure you always have a light color or a highlight right underneath your eyebrows. And then I'm kind of bringing the color a little bit further in to give my eye a little bit more of a shape. The good thing is that since you are far away from your audience, you really don't have to be too particular with your blending. It doesn't have to be perfect. My next step is to add a little bit of this color right underneath my brow bone for a highlight. And to do this, I use a very small little brush because it's nice and precise. I'm really going in heavy-handed with this under my eyebrows because I want to see contrast in the light from the dark color I just put in. Okay, so now that's done. The next step is eyeliner, which is probably the most daunting step of all. I think what really makes or breaks your eyeliner application is what you're actually using. My favorite go-to eyeliner that I've used for many, many years is this Kat Von D tattoo liner. And what I like about it, it's got this brush tip applicator, so it really does draw like a super crisp line, and that's why I really like it. I'm just going to go in, and the first thing I'm going to do is just line my lash line, and then I'm going to work on my wing. So now I'm going to attempt my wing, and what I do is I just draw a diagonal line directly out from my lash line. I flip it and I draw a triangle back in, and then I'll fill in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. If you're happy with your wing, then you're good to go. I am a bit of a perfectionist, so I use my trusty makeup wipes and I crisp out that line. This is not a necessary step, but so all I do is I just take a little makeup wipe on my finger and I crisp out my line. Do the same thing to the other side. Alright, now that the eyeliner is complete, so now the next step is mascara or lashes. I'm going to go ahead and put on my lashes for you guys so you can see how I do it. I have this little duo lash glue and it has a little brush at the end. It makes for putting on your lashes so easy. Sometimes eyelashes come a little too big, so my tip is to fit them on your eyelashes first, and if need be, cut. And I always cut from the inside corner, not the outside. So I'm going to just paint the glue where the lash band is. So I'll go ahead and just pop this on. I kind of start on the outside and then I push down gently on the lash band. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye now. and they're on. No pressure if it doesn't pop on as quickly or as easily as you see others do. Most likely they've been practicing their brains out and finally figured out how to do it. Some people like to put their mascara on their regular lashes before they put on the false lashes. I like to put my lashes on first and then connect them to my natural lashes with mascara. I don't put a lot on because that's what the falsies are for anyway, so I put just enough. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop some on my lower lashes. Now we are going to finish our face and put on some blush and some highlighter. I'm excited, it's my favorite part. I tend to use a little bit more of a natural color blush. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my blush brush. So I'm going to just put it right on the apples of my cheeks and blend upward along my cheekbone like this. And then I'll kind of build this color up a little bit. Now that our blush is on, we get to move on to my favorite step of stage makeup, which is highlighter. And I just blend. You guys can see it a little bit now. Got that glow going on. Then I'll take that little tiny brush that I used for under my brows right in the inner corner. I also take a little bit of it and I put it right underneath the wing of my eyeliner. Well, now that the rest of our makeup is starting to look complete, we have the final step, which is lipstick. My company tends to prefer a bright red. Depending on the certain role you're performing, red or bright red might not be the right look. I'm going to show you it today. I have this little tiny lip liner. So the first thing I do is line my lips. I'll go ahead and fill it in with my lipstick. The other thing that I thought I might throw in there at the end is what this look might be like if you put on a bottom wing. A lot of people do put on a bottom wing. I do not, but you can, so I will show you what that looks like real quick. I would take your little brush and your white eyeshadow, and I like to put the white eyeshadow right in between the two wings. Putting the white between the two wings can really make your eyes look so much bigger. As you can see, even just looking at it, my eyes look much bigger now. Alright everyone, that concludes my stage makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it and maybe found it a little bit helpful. If you have any suggestions or questions, please leave them down in the comments or you can direct message us. And also when you get a chance, check out one of our recent tutorials where company member Amber Romano did a French twist tutorial. That would be my next step after doing my makeup to get ready for the stage. I always do a French twist and she does an amazing tutorial. So check it out. We look forward to seeing you in our next tutorial video. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.